Welcome to Get Real with Eddie, where we delve deep into the world of real estate with your host, the designated managing broker of Exit Real Estate Specialist, Eddie Ruettiger.
And good morning and welcome to Get Real with Eddie. It's me, Eddie Ruettiger, here in studio with Nancy Vallee from Exit Real Estate Specialist. Nancy, how are you doing today?
I am well, thank you. How are you?
I am well. I need to adjust some microphones and get some stuff going. There we go. We're good to go. Weather's starting to change. Thank goodness.
We're on the roller coaster.
Oh my God. It is a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster. It's 81 days, snows 2 days later.
Tornadoes the next day.
Tornadoes, and it's back to 80 again. Well, maybe not 80, but...
Did you see the meme going around over the weekend that said you cannot squeeze in a tornado, 80-degree weather, a snowstorm, and I think it was like something else in 36 hours. And it said, Illinois, hold my beer.
Yeah, right?
And it's like, oh, it is really the weather roller coaster. There is no better way to describe it.
Yeah, it's spring.
Yeah,
it's spring for us. That's what we're about.
Not for another couple more days. March 23rd is the first day.
Yes,
So,
we are in meteorological spring.
Yeah.
March 1st.
March, yeah. So,
But yeah, spring. It's a week away,
And
2 weeks away, whatever it is.
We're
It's a while.
getting there.
It's a couple weeks.
We're getting
I guess
there.
it's a couple weeks. Almost.
no, about a week. Today's the 19th, so
Okay. I don't know. I'm losing track.
that's all right.
Wow, it's 19.
Yep.
Dang.
I know. So, all right. I wanted to start and really look at mistakes to avoid when selling your home today, because the market's changing. There's no doubt about it in my mind.
Yeah.
We've been talking off air between the two of us that we're seeing changes in the market. Where it's going, I'm not 100% sure, but the market is starting to change, and we are starting to see some month supply tick up. We talked about that. So some of the things to avoid, mistakes, really is, I think the first one, of course, is overpricing your house.
Oh, yeah. Huge. Especially now that the market's starting to, we're getting a little more inventory. You can't ask $1 billion for a house anymore.
No.
It's just not happening.
No.
The old jokes of the $1 million doghouse kind of thing.
Yeah.
The memes, remember those from 21?
Yeah. It was a tent with a
22.
window air conditioner sitting at a kick-out thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, want $500,000 for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Those days are over.
Yeah.
They're over.
So yeah, pricing correctly, I think, is a big indicator. You have to make sure that you are right in the right range and the price point. I mean, I think there's two things to that. There's pricing and price point.
Yes.
So, you got to target that aspect. So I think that's huge. Timing is another aspect. Now, timing I'm not so much concerned with, but there is a best time to sell your house every year. And it always falls that second half of April.
Yes, I was going to say, it's coming up.
Yeah, that second half of April, typically you'll see a surge in listings, you'll see a surge in showings, and during this window, you're about $9,000 to $10,000 higher in a sales price.
Yes. If your home is of average cost. So
Yes.
a $110,000 house is not going for $10,000 more.
Yeah, no. That's a 10%.
Okay, 10%.
Yeah, increase. Yeah, so I would say you're probably getting on a percentage basis maybe 2 to 3% more. So a $300,000 house, you might get $9,000 or $10,000. That's going to be within that range.
Yeah.
So I completely agree with you. You're not going to get $10,000 more on a $100,000 house because, you're
right. It just
doesn't add up.
Right.
So skipping on the repairs, I think that's a big aspect too.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I get that you're leaving, and there's a fine line between you don't have to go, you have to be commensurate with the rest of the house and with the neighborhood that you live in. So if you live in an area where granite countertops are the ish, everybody's got granite, and you want to price your house up as high, equal value or more, then you're going to have to put granite in, or maybe even a step better versus Formica.
I don't think it's a matter, too, of, oh, well, I'm leaving, so I don't want to improve the property. I think it's bottom line. I think sellers are, well, I don't want to put more money into the house because, well, if I put $10,000 in the house, in their mindset, now I'm out 10 grand, and I'm trying to walk away with 100 grand, and I'm only really walking away with 90 because I put 10 into it.
Right, but what they don't account for is devaluing that house by putting those Formica countertops in because everybody else has got granite.
Yeah, so the example I would use is, okay, guess what? You put 10 into it, and you're netting 90 because you get combo out 100. But the problem is if you don't put the 10 in, you're actually getting 80,000 because most buyers overestimate repair costs.
Yes.
They overestimate that, so you don't get you lose 20 instead of netting in the extra 10. So skimping on the repairs is a huge issue. You have to, I mean, especially right now because prices are at an all-time high, interest rates are at a 40-year high.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't see prices going down as of yet.
No.
I got no indicators that prices are going to be going down.
I'm not seeing them go super high, but again, we said 3 to 4% this year.
Yeah.
It's not going to go high super fast, but don't see any indication yet that they're going down.
And here's the thing. So some of the common repair expenses, plumbing is about $7 grand. New roof is about $6,000. I think that's cheap for a new roof.
That's a little under.
I think a new roof,
Around
you're 10 to 15 grand for a new roof.
Oh, yeah.
You can get a roof for 10 grand, cartwheels.
Yeah, right?
New driveway's probably about 10 grand, depending on where you're at and what you're looking at.
Yeah, they're quoting very low on some of this.
Yeah, exterior paint's probably
That's about right.
$3,500. I think that's cheap. I think you'd be about $6,000.
Depends on how big the house is.
Okay, I think that's cheap. Windows and doors, $600 to $900 per window, plus $100 per window to remove the window. I don't think that's really $100. I think $600 to $900 for windows and doors is about right.
Yeah.
I don't think you're adding in. I don't know where they're coming in with this add-in.
Yeah, I don't
stuff.
either.
New furnace is way low.
That's way low.
They have $2,300 for a new furnace. There's no way you're getting a new furnace for
These 1972 prices or what?
I have no idea. Electrical, $2 grand if you got to do some electrical work. Maybe up to $3 if you're changing out a whole box. So it could be a little bit more actually. If you're doing full rewiring, that's probably $6.
A rewiring or an upgrade.
Yeah. So changing a box itself is probably $2 grand if you're redoing the box.
Yeah.
Carpet and flooring.
Wait.
I think these are repair costs.
That must be.
This is not replacement if you're replacing a new furnace. So, I mean, but like carpet and flooring, $2 grand, there's no way you might do a room for $2 grand.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know what you're doing to a deck for $2,000.
Well, there might be a couple of loose boards and for $2 grand.
It's a couple screws.
Yeah.
So,
that has to be repairs.
Yeah.
But again, it's necessary for you to get top dollar. You have to have your house in tip-top shape.
Yeah, I have to agree. You have to have it.
Especially now because buyers are very cost conscious and they don't want to have to do a lot of that. They're already sinking every last dollar they have into the house.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The next mistake that you see people making is they don't prep or stage the house.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have it. Your ideal situation is, before you put a house on the market, in my view, go out to a new construction property and walk that model. Then come home and make your house look and like that model.
Pick up, just go to, you don't even have to buy it. Go to Barnes & Noble and pick up the magazines like Architectural Digest, a few of those magazines.
Yes.
Just thumb through them. Look at what they're doing, current trends, and look at what the houses look like.
You may be able to get those at the library, too.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Barnes & Noble, you don't even have to buy it. You can stand there and look at it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and they will give you the current trends, and you can see how they stage the houses. Well, they take all the knickknacks and everything down, and then there's no personal pictures, or very, very few. You stage the house.
And that gets into the next mistake they make. It's they let the emotions interfere with the sale of the house. In 2 years...
Very difficult.
In 2 years, if you come back to that house after somebody moved into it, you are not going to care what they've done to it. But for some reason, some people at that moment...
I always care. I'm curious, like what people do to the house.
Curious is one thing. But are you really going to be upset that they painted a room that was your favorite color?
No. I've got my new house to worry about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's people that get so, this or that over certain things. Well, you're going to get that upset,
memories.
Take it out.
I get it.
Yes.
It's memories.
But you take those with
raised
you.
your kids.
Yes.
I mean, my husband and I got married at the last house I owned. We got married in front of the fireplace.
Yeah.
My son got married in front of the fireplace. You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
and your first babies and your first grandbabies and all that stuff. So you're really attached to it, but
Yes.
you have to take a step back. Once you sign that listing agreement,
Yeah.
it is now property. It is no longer your home.
Yes, and that goes into, before you even sign that listing agreement, you got to put the emotions away, because you've got to put those personal pictures away. I don't care what
You gotta.
other individuals are telling you. You do not want the buyer to come through and stop visualizing themselves in the house and start seeing it as your house. The second that happens, the odds of you selling it to that buyer decrease exponentially.
It's also a security thing. We've talked about that before too.
absolutely.
When you've got little kid pictures of your children,
Yes.
and their names written up above their bed and all that stuff, and then it goes on the internet attached to
An address.
an address, now it's a security problem.
I agree 100%. 100%. So, the other aspect, I'm not so critical of everything on this topic being taken down, but if you have a lot, you may need to cut it back, and that's the religious aspects. Because the fact of the matter is, the person coming to buy your house may not be the same faith as you. So you may want to look at those religious artifacts, and those may want to also... I don't think you need to take them all out. You should be proud of your faith, whatever it is. That's great. That's awesome. But I think there's a fine line, and you want to talk about it with your agent.
I think it's a very personal thing.
Yes.
And again, we're just trying to take the personal out to allow a buyer to better picture themselves in the house. That's the goal.
That is
and
exactly
you're taking those items with you, pack them up, and then they'll be safe. There
Yes.
won't anybody bother them. They'll be put away. You're packing anyway.
Yeah.
Pack it up.
The next one comes in, and really there's multiple phases to this, okay? The first is if you're hiring a real estate agent that does not hire a professional photographer. I think that is a huge faux pas.
Yes.
In today's market, it's just been proven that the professional photographer can come in, they can get better lighting, better pictures, better everything, and really show that off.
You're doing yourself no favors by having pictures of your home, the garbage can in the picture,
Yeah.
or pictures that show your couch. You got a great couch, it's beautiful, but it's not showing your house. Or I've seen it, pictures of the kitty who is eating out of his bowl with his behind, up in the air, so that's what you see in the picture. A kitty booty.
There should be no pets in any of the pictures of the house. There should be no indication, if possible, that they're pets. And that includes moving the 4-foot cat tower. I mean, I have dragged that out of a room and then dragged it back in. When they're in the house, that's one thing. It's completely different.
Yeah.
But in the pictures, it is something completely different.
You, again, think about what the pictures look like in those magazines. That's what you want. Picture perfect.
The other aspect with the pictures is if should be hiring a realtor based on one of those factors is what their pictures of the house are. But also, are they doing a video of the house? A 60-second to 3, maybe up to 5-minute little video walkthrough commercial that's going out on YouTube and social media? Mm-hmm. Are they also doing 3D pictures to have placed in the MLS and other aspects for people to see those pictures? Mm-hmm. Those aspects can make the difference in getting someone to come out, because I talk about it in the listings. There is a hierarchy of real estate. All right, just like a hierarchy of needs, I call it the hierarchy of real estate. And it's very simple. They see it online, they see it in person, they write an offer, they do inspections, they close on the house.
Yes.
That is 90% of the path for most closings. If that is not being accomplished in that order, yes, don't get me wrong, that's why I said 90%. There are some buyers that have bought houses sight unseen. But it's few and far between.
Especially now. I mean, there for a while, there were offers, but then again, the sellers were hesitant to take those offers because they could come in during inspection and change their mind and walk out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, there's some drawbacks to that.
Skipping the curb appeal is another aspect. You need to be cutting the grass. You need to have all the leaves raked. Plant your flowers. Update your mulch or stone. You know, these are the things that can really make your house stand out and jump.
Yes. Just even a good sweep of the front porch. Power wash it down. Some of those basics that don't cost money, but will make your house look far more impressive.
Yep. And then you get into, skipping out on closing costs. Let's be honest. There is a lot of different aspects to the closing costs for buyers and sellers. One of the biggest aspects that's all new for everybody is the commission aspect. Because now the commissions are negotiated at the time of contract.
Yes.
So that can be, if you want to draw a hard line in the sand and go, we're as a seller, we're not going to pay for that. We think the buyer you can do that, but the odds are you're going to lose a lot of buyers because buyers don't have the cash on hand to do that. It's easier them to raise that purchase price up and put that in there. And most of the comparables you're looking at have paid out a commission. So that is kind of figured into your cost when you were looking at the house and looking at those comps. So, I mean, honestly, but it's now done at the time of the contract, time of offer, not contract, but offer. So, right. Being careful about, being no, I'm not doing that, where, okay, just look at the purchase price.
Well, look at each individual offer.
Yeah.
What are they offering you?
Yeah. And what are you netting?
What are you netting?
That's what it all comes down to. It's not really what they're what are you walking away with? Because the next one is like transfer stamps. There's transfer taxes and fees that are levied in there. Who's paying them? What's going on? Can you pay them for if you're in an area like Bolingbrook? Because buyers have to pay in Bolingbrook.
Yeah.
Some of it. So you could maybe offset that and make that more enticing.
Right. Or maybe a buyer is offering to pay certain fees in lieu of you.
Yeah, instead of a higher purchase price.
Right.
Because you've got title insurance, escrow fees, tax prorations. That is one of the big things, is how, because we here in Illinois, are taxed in arrear. So you use the property for the year, and then our taxes come due next year, you're actually paying for last year's taxes.
Right.
And so because of that, we don't necessarily always know what the tax bill is going to be for the current year. So we're always adding, maybe 5%, maybe 10%. It just all depends on where you're at and location, stuff like that. But you can play with those numbers and look at those numbers and address those fees, because sometimes that could be a couple $100 difference.
Yeah.
So I've had buyers go in at 100% property taxes, not asking for anything else, not asking for extra. I mean, it just all depends. So prepaying HOA fees could be huge for a buyer. We're going to pay a year of HOA fees up front.
Mm-hmm.
New builders, there's a lot of builders that do that. So they'll do that as an incentive.
Yeah, I guess just never say never. Look at your bottom line. Look at each offer and what that offer entails, the full offer.
So, if you're hiring an attorney, now I don't know, that gets into some questionable aspects about paying the attorney fees for the other aspect, because I'm not sure. I do like the fact that this article, in 21 states across the U.S., you're required to use an attorney. I did not know that these 21 states required you to use an attorney.
No, I did not.
That's why Illinois is not on the list, because you are not required to use an attorney, but we do highly recommend it.
And Northern Illinois, it's very common.
A lot of attorneys. Yep.
Yes.
You get past Pontiac. It's not 80. We still use them south of I-80, because a lot of people say that. Oh, it's not used south of I-80. Nope. There's attorneys used south of I-80. It's about Pontiac. You get past Pontiac, then you're getting out of the area where they're using attorneys.
Yeah. You get in Champaign County and down along in there, and then it's a little bit different.
Yeah. Kankakee's a pretty split aspects right now.
Yeah.
So I know, I wouldn't say it's 50-50, but it has been growing in Kankakee. So, not hiring an agent. Agent takes care of all the paperwork, is going to minimize your stress and help you focus on the facts, not the emotions. Your agent in your local market has the contacts, has the buyers, has the experience, has seen it before most likely. So that's a huge wealth of knowledge there. Mm-hmm. And they're going to do the CMA, the comparative market analysis, to help you price that property correctly.
Yep.
So, I mean, these are just some of the mistakes to be avoided. I think one of the biggest ones, in my opinion, is just not getting stuck in something. Like, no, I have to have this. You need to be negotiable. And okay, so maybe you can't get that one thing that you want. Is there something you can get instead that will offset that? So be open-minded, be negotiable, and don't be stuck in the mud in this market.
Yeah. And it's not the strong seller's market it was. So you're going to have to be prepared to negotiate.
Absolutely. All right, I want to keep talking about things to avoid in this market when we get back after the break. Actually, when we get back after the break, let's talk about Crest Hill, because when we did the numbers show, somehow, some way, as always, Crest Hill got forgotten.
Our little Crest Hill.
It always gets forgotten.
I know.
So keep it here with Get Real with Eddie. We're going to talk about Crest Hill after the break.
Welcome to the Lions Club. Being a lion means knowing that kindness matters. We believe in changing the world by serving the needs of our local communities. More than 1.4 million lions around the world are responding to local and global challenges with kindness and care. Come volunteer with us. Your Lions journey starts here. The Crest Hill Lions Club invites you to reach out to your local Lions Club to learn about how you can be a part of a community and bringing passionate, kind-hearted people together to serve local needs. They build relationships that lead to opportunities. In In short, when lions serve, life improves, and the community grows. Grow with us. The Crest Hill Lions Club would also like to thank our sponsors who help with our yearly events, such as the car show and picnic at St. Joe's Park, and those who attend and support our Easter egg hunts, Shanahan Bingo, and many more events. The Crest Hill Lions Club meets the first and third Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. For more information on being a lion, go to lionsclub.org to start your journey today. That's lionsclub.org.
And get real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Are you ready to make your next move in real estate? Look no further than Exit Real Estate Specialists, your innovative leader in the industry. At Exit, we're not just about transactions. We're about building relationships and fulfilling dreams. Step into a community of empathetic, well-trained professionals dedicated to your success. Our Exit Real Estate professionals are more than just agents. They're your trusted advisors and allies in the journey of buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Whether you're selling your home or searching for your next investment, trust Exit to provide an excellent experience from start to finish. Our commitment to putting people first means you receive personalized attention and support, ensuring your real estate goals are met with success. Call us today at 815-823-5478 or visit exitrealestatespecialist.com to learn more. Exit Real Estate Specialists, exceeding your expectations every step of the way.
You made a smart move to get real with Eddie, helping you make your next smart move into your next home.
All right, so poor forgotten Crest Hill. I want to go. Actually, I want to keep
small
it
but mighty.
I want to keep it in the line graph because there's some things that I'm noticing on the line graph, and that is, can you see the trend line is starting? So the trend line for Crest Hill is going upwards. Now they're up February 5.2%, all right, from February of last year to 261,500. But they peaked at 267 back in November. So they're down, about a half a point, maybe $8,000. It's nothing too dramatic, but still, the trend line peaked in November, and the median price has been going down. When you look at the average price, it's still going upward, but it's kind of gone flat.
I don't think there's any new construction, but hit resale for me and see if that makes any difference.
I don't think there's anything. On the average, it's still 267,731. What is the median sales price? You're still 5 and 2 at 261,500.
Yeah, it didn't make much difference. I didn't think there was really any.
I don't think there's any
construction at all.
There's some new construction in Crest Hill, but it's commercial property.
Yeah, I meant residential.
Yeah, we're not seeing any residential, but you're seeing some new construction on the commercial because there's a new gas station going up on a 53.
Yes.
And then there's some stuff going on Weber Road, or that gas station's newer. That's Division.
Across from
Division.
Yeah.
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 So
that's newer.
Newer. I mean, I don't. Is it? It's a year.
It's been a year.
About a year.
It's been a year. Yeah.
It's still newer though.
And then that gas station there on, like you said, on 53. And there was something else.
There was a new furniture store that went into, I think, that pottery place that was next to McDonald's. That, I think it's a new furniture store now. Which makes sense because that place is huge. I never understood.
They're on 30. Oh.
Yeah, on
is
30.
That a furniture store now?
I think it's a furniture store. Yeah. So, I mean, there's some new businesses and new stuff coming in. Small. I mean, the biggest thing that they had that has gone down is they lost Big Lots.
Yeah.
Because Big Lots was in Crest Hill.
But that Andy something.
That's a furniture
Ollie's.
store. Yeah, that's a furniture store.
No.
Oh.
Ollie's. That's it's like a Big Lots. There's one that just opened up in Lockport, and I guess they're opening another one there where Big Lots.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I loved Big Lots. I gotta be honest.
I did too.
When I was doing
Big
my
Lot kind of girl.
when I was doing my DJ days, Big Lots was great because I could go in and get my extension cords from Big Lots.
Yeah.
But Big Lots carried them black. So when you were running cords up lighting trussings and you couldn't see them in the dark because they were black. They weren't orange and sticking out like a sore thumb. So I used to go to Big Lots to get my extension cords all the time. All the time.
Well, hey, I was a single mom with 3 kids, and for a good time, and some extra groceries, and a little this and a little bit of that, Big Lots was in.
Big Lots is like the step up from the dollar store. It really is. It is. It is.
Yeah, graduated dollar store, but that's back in the day when Kmart was still around too.
Blue light specials. Average original list price for Crest Hill is $278,876, up 10.3% on the average original list price. The median list price is $270, up 8%. And again, if you look at the line graph, it peaked at $274.9 back in September, and then has come down and has been pretty much flat since October.
Yeah.
So that's kind of intriguing. Market time has been steadily moving up, where your market time is now 31 days. That is a 14.8% increase from February of last year, and has been kind of flat since December, holding at 31 days. So median market time is still down from its peak. The peak of market time was October in 2023 at 14 days, and it's sitting at 12 for the last 2 months for January and February. It is up 9.1% from February of last year to 12 days, but still holding pretty well. Percentage of last list price received is the average is still extremely strong. You're looking at 100%. Now, there is a downward trend on that average price. It peaked probably May of 2024 at 101.1 and has been steadily moving downward and to 100%. So, I mean, you're still
still at 100%.
Getting 100% of asking price. I mean, it's not horrible.
It's just showing that there's not a lot of multiple offers.
And the median price of asking is still 100%. That line is just a straight horizontal.
That's crazy.
Aspect. I mean, that's just.
That's crazy.
There's got to be a mathematical thing on that. That doesn't make any sense to me. You know, it's got to be a mathematical anomaly somehow because of the way the data crunches or something. Percent of original list rates received on the average, they're getting 98.9%, down 1.2. Now, the peak was in May of 2024, getting 100.3 of the original list price received. And again, the median is just 100% straight across the board for like the last 3 years. Going all the way back to January of 2022. So
that's crazy.
So average contract days to close, you are actually going downward at 34 days. It was up to 39 days back in August of 2023, and it's been moving steadily downward and has been flat at 34 days since November. The percentage is down 10.5% from February of last year, so contract to close on the average is pretty extensive. The median sales price median contract days to close is 33, and that has been pretty much 33 days since April of last year, just holding pretty steadily. You know, honestly, the houses are closing fast. I want to look at the month's supply. This is the question.
Yeah, this is where I'm interested.
Especially that we're looking at the line graph. And you can see we have increased months supply. Now we're only at 1.1 months. So that's not a huge supply, but we are up 37.5% from February of last year, and it's been holding at 1.1 months since November. So the month supply has increased since March. March was when it was at its lowest point of 0.8 months, and that has moved up. So it's a real weird anomaly when looking at all this data.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
So showings per listing is the other one thing I wanted to look. Well, let's look at closings. I want to look at closings. So closings are starting to tick up. They've been moving downward. You had November 2024 was the low point of 233 closings for a 12-month cycle. And right now on a 12-month cycle, you are at 248. And that's zero change from last year at this time. All right, so we had moved back down, and it looks like we're moving back up, and we are exactly where we were last year at this time. So now the closings back in 2024, in a 12-month cycle, you're going back to May of 2022 was 357, and we're closing 248 right now. So closings are down when you're looking historically like 2 or 3 years back.
Yeah, we're still, it's an inventory thing.
Well, I mean, the new listings on a 12-month cycle are up 17%. They're up 17% from last year to 303. And they are the trend is a slight move upward since March of last year. Actually, I think February was the low point of last year.
But but you move back to 2022 just to give a little perspective.
Yeah. We're at 303 right now on a 12-month cycle, and it was at 436.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
So, again, comparatively, half the inventory, which is crazy.
Showings are sitting at 8.9 for January and jumped to 9.3. So we did have an increase in showings per listing, and that is a 4.5% increase from last February. But still, I mean, the showings, I think, are really low.
Yeah.
I mean, if we compared it to the peak, it was at 9.9 in October 22, and unfortunately, this doesn't go back. Well, here, let me do this.
Even last year?
Wait, I can do this. I want to look at the peak. September. So
it was over 10.
9.9.
Well,
it did hit 10.
It hit 10 over, May of 2024. It hit 10.
It hit 10. So you've got people out looking. I mean, it looks like the trend line's pretty good. I mean, it's not going up, it's not going down, but it's been pretty solid since 21. You know. So I wonder if we can go back. We can go back. I want to see what it was on a 10-year. I want to see what it was.
Oh, this will be interesting.
Look at that. So you're kind of comparative to 2019. Because February you had 8 on average, and it was 8 to 9 from March on your showings in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 in February, 9 in March, 9. So, I mean, you're kind of back to 2019 showings.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about that. Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
All right, so a lot more in-depth data than I thought. We just ate that segment up. We got to jump back into a break. And when we get back, I want to talk, is it time to put your house back on the market? Keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
It's Eddie Ruettiger from Exit Real Estate Specialists. And Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Welcome to the Lions Club. Being a lion means knowing that kindness matters. We believe in changing the world by serving the needs of our local communities. More than 1.4 million lions around the world are responding to local and global challenges with kindness and care. Come volunteer with us. Your Lions journey starts here. The Crest Hill Lions Club invites you to reach out to your local Lions Club to learn about how you can be a part of a community and bringing passionate, kind-hearted people together to serve local needs. They build relationships that lead to opportunities. In short, when lions serve, life improves, and the community grows. Grow with us. The Crest Hill Lions Club would also like to thank our sponsors who help with our yearly events, such as the car show and picnic at St. Joe's Park, and those who attend and support our Easter egg hunts, Shanahan Bingo, and many more events. The Crest Hill Lions Club meets the first and third Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. For more information on being a lion, go to lionsclub.org to start your journey today. That's lionsclub.org.
Are you ready to make your next move in real estate? Look no further than Exit Real Estate Specialists, your innovative leader in the industry. At Exit, we're not just about transactions. We're about building relationships and fulfilling dreams. Step into a community of empathetic, well-trained professionals dedicated to your success. Our Exit Real Estate professionals are more than just agents. They're your trusted advisors and allies in the journey of buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Whether you're selling your home or searching for your next investment, trust Exit to provide an excellent experience from start to finish. Our commitment to putting people first means you receive personalized attention and support, ensuring your real estate goals are met with success. Call us today at 815-823-5478 or visit exitrealestatespecialist.com to learn more. Exit Real Estate Specialists, exceeding your expectations every step of the way.
Doing everything for you, except the moving. And be glad. It's Get Real with Eddie.
All right, welcome back to Get Real with Eddie. Is it time to put your house on the market if you've been off? There's been a lot of people that have expired out. I just pulled listings in Plainfield. 89 properties in the last 30 days have either expired or canceled off the market.
Really?
Uh-huh. I was looking at Plainfield data, and that was looking at the Plainfield area number, not any kind of like Plainfield city, so it would take incorporated and unincorporated.
Oh, okay.
So, but 89 properties.
That's quite a few.
More than you would have expected.
More than I expected.
Yeah,
yes.
and that was all on residential. No commercial was in there. It was all residential. So
Now I'm intrigued.
Yes. So with that being said, Newsweek reports that data from CoreLogic and Wall Street Journal says nearly 73,000 homes were pulled from the market in December. That's more than any other December going all the way back to 2017. That's a lot of homes that came off the market. So is it time to put your house back on the market? Why could now be the right time is the question. Another CoreLogic explains that another reason for the step back could be that sellers wanted to wait and see how spring home buying season goes, and if mortgage rates fell, which could bring more home buyers and competition back in the market. And it looks like we have the buyers based on looking at Crest Hill's data.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it's there. You know, the question is where we're not seeing the closings coming out of it.
Yeah. So what are they looking for that they're not pulling the trigger?
Yeah. It's an interesting thing. Realtor.com had some advice. If you aren't sure of the status of your listing, whether activated, expired, withdrawn, take a look at your listing agreement and talk to your real estate agent if you don't know what's going on with your listing. You should always know what's going on with your listing. So I don't understand what to do differently this time. My advice is always ask for your printout with photos. You want a full MLS printout with your pictures from your agent and go through that sheet. Any of the areas that are left blank,
Yes.
or have inaccurate information, or as Nancy said it, if you're seeing the backside of a cat in a picture, that should be taken out. Toilet seats is one of my biggest things.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot
Toilet seats up.
stand when the toilet seat is up in a picture. Put the lid down.
Put the lid down.
There is
Put the lid down.
a reason why in residential houses you have a lid to a toilet seat. Please put it down.
I wasn't even going to go there about the whole toilet seat down thing.
Oh,
But-
no, I will.
But a picture in your bathroom looks a billion times better with the toilet seat down.
Honestly, a lot of times we do pictures of bathrooms and we don't even have the toilet in the picture because there's so many of them now in their the water closet set up.
Oh, yeah. And if
don't
you
need
can
it.
if you can do it, that's even better.
They want to see the counter space and they want to see whether it's a shower tub or shower tub combo.
Yeah. And what is it tiled? Is it a surround? They want to get a clue as to how big the bathroom is, that kind of thing.
Everybody knows what a toilet looks like.
Yes.
You don't need a picture of it.
Sometimes it's unavoidable.
True. I mean, yeah, no. If it's in the picture, it's in the picture.
Yeah.
But you don't need to go out of your way to have the picture.
Yeah.
And that includes bidets, too. If you happen to have one of the unique properties, because there's not very common, you don't have to put a picture of the bidet. Put it in your remarks. Someone that's looking for a bidet is going to know, oh, it's a bidet. Okay, great. End of it. All
Some
right.
people have portable.
The-
Portable bidets.
That's not really, you mean the attachment bidets?
Yeah, where
Yeah.
you do the attachment,
Yeah,
not
it's-
just the complete separate unit.
Yeah, it's not
It's not a
portable unit.
Right.
You can't box it up and take it out to lunch with you. I mean, I'm just saying.
well, I suppose you could, but it'd be really weird.
Excuse me, monsieur. I need to go do some plumbing work and install my portable bidet in your bathroom. I don't think that's how it works, Nance. I mean, I'm just saying.
It'd be a little awkward. Okay, it would be a little awkward.
A little awkward? I mean...
Yeah, you know.
All right, so the last thing I want to summarize, all right, when we're talking of these mistakes, is know what your house is worth. Okay?
Yes.
Just because Timmy down the road sold their house
Yes.
for $800,000 does not mean your house is worth $800,000. Timmy's across a major road. Timmy's in a completely different neighborhood. Timmy's house is another 1,000 square feet and has 5 bedrooms versus your 3 and has 4 bathrooms versus your 2.5.
And it's 10 years newer.
Thank you. So no, you have to compare apples to apples. And and there is no perfect apple comparison. It just does, it's very, very, very hard to come across. Especially anything that was built before 2000.
And sit down with your realtor, with your agent, and talk about it. They will show you the comps. You go through the pictures together. You look at it. You see what the differences are. Oh, it's a 3-bedroom. Yours is a 4. It's a this. It's a that. Go through it. Have them help you justify the worth of your home.
Yeah. We just did a CMA, and the house was gorgeous. The house was beautiful.
Yeah.
But I looked him dead in the eye and I said, I cannot get you, I would love to be able to get you another $25,000. I can't get you to 25 grand. You won't appraise out because the ones that are in getting that extra 25 grand, they're in the other school district.
Mm-hmm.
And whether we like it or not, that school district sells for a higher value.
Yeah.
And I can't get it past the appraisal. The appraiser's going to knock you down. Even though I think the school district you're in is great.
Right.
I mean, they're just, that's...
It's just the way it is.
Yes. So
It's the way it is.
know what the market's doing. So nationally, prices have risen nearly 60% compared to 2019. All right?
Yowza.
60%.
I know. It just blows my mind.
Illinois is up 52.1, by the way, since 2019 on average. So do we even want to throw out the big ones or no? Florida is still up 74.8%.
Yeah.
That's we know Florida's had some corrections in the market. Wisconsin's up 61%. Indiana's up 61.4%.
And again, you see those bigger ones where they were, when 2020 hit and everybody moved to get some space.
The COVID states, as I call them.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's where the big money.
Arizona
went.
66, Utah 63, Yeah.
Tennessee 71, North Carolina 72. North Carolina's a real hot, has been for like 5 years
Yeah,
now.
it really
super
has
hot
been.
market.
So pull those comps, not just the comps on the house, but have an average. Know the median sales price of your city, of your town, area, even if your neighborhood, and then make sure you're doing like-to-like comparisons, because that is the biggest mistake. We said it at the very beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Pricing is the biggest mistake.
Yes.
Know the price of the house. Try to throw out, if there is something that the comparable is like way off, like, oh, they have a saltwater pool in the backyard. Okay, maybe don't use it as a comp, because that's a huge difference between you and your property. Now, yeah, you could figure a price out and adjust for that, but you're better off finding a house that doesn't have the saltwater pool.
Yeah. If you don't have a pool, if you have a pool, it's easier to comp it. I
Yes.
have a pool, but it's
Not a
not
salt.
saltwater. Okay, well, you can.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a pool and the other one has a saltwater pool,
Yeah.
I would tend to throw that out.
All right, that wraps it up for Get Real with Eddie. Don't forget, join us online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, talking about your largest investment, your home, at getrealwitheddie.com.
Thanks for listening. Eddie Ruettiger is the designated managing broker and owner of Exit Real Estate Specialists, located at 2750 Caton Farm Road, Joliet. License number 481014247. For questions, call Eddie at 815-823-5478.